And you are sure that that's everything?
Everything to my knowledge.
Good. Now, let's go. We have to start searching for them. My guess is they're somewhere in the catacombs. Now, if only we knew where.
Well, we're getting no closer sitting in this box. We must go, scour every corner, search every room of Prance's underbelly until they are returned.
Right, you are. But without a starting point, we'd just be wasting time. We need some kind of clue, something to build on.
Doctor?
Not now. Now let's see. If I were a megalomaniac opera enthusiast, where would I hide prisoners?
Doctor?
What?
These blinking lights look strange.
Strange? What? How? Oh!
What? What is it?
The liquid mass below has just shifted by about 500 cubic gallons.
Which means...
Which means that something's going on down in the catacombs. Where's the place with the easiest access to the soldiers, wandering ponies? Somewhere no one wants to explore too closely?
Right below our feet.
Exactly! Onwards and downwards, come on! Do you know of any place in particular that might make a good prison?
Perhaps in the old workmen's quarters. They're hardly used for anything these days.
As good a place to start as any?
It's just up ahead, to the left.
Let's hurry. Ooh, you know, I haven't said this in a while, but since we're in, well, a version of France, I think it fits. Allons! Ooh!
Excusez-moi. That is to say, my left.
Let's just keep going. Twilight! Twilight, are you down here?
Cheerful! Cheerful, where are you?
Cheerful?
Yes, Doctor. That is my wife's first name.
Cheerful. As in cheerful kazoo.
Oui.
Really?
Oui.
Well, was she cheerier when you married her?
Doctor?
Yes?
Wasn't that my wife just now?
Rushing by us on a tidal wave while trying to use Twilight as a flotation device?
Oui.
Yes. Yes, I think so.
Oh, good. So I'm not seeing things.
No? No, you're not. Now, come on!
Oh, yes. How?
You've got 4 legs, haven't you? Swim!
This has been a very strange day.
Oh. That was your plan? In all my years, I have never been more humiliated. You mad pony!
Well, it worked, didn't it?
That is besides the point.
Ah!
Doctor!
Oh, hello, Twilight. Fancy meeting you here. Are you alright? Also, duck.
What?
Ah, and there's the sergeant. The gang's all back together. Shame on you, Twilight Sparkle, rushing off to save the fillies in distress. That's my job.
Will someone stop this madness? And you, Drury, disentangle yourself from that filly this instant. I'm right here for Celestia's sake.
Oh my dear, you misunderstand. We've come searching for you. Are you alright? If you're harmed, I swear by the elders themselves.
Save it. Now get me out of here, right now.
Yes, dear. Are you alright, Madam Sparkle? I apologize for my injuries.
No, fine. Thanks for coming to come get us.
Of course, I would give up my post in the Prince Guard before letting any scoundrel accost innocent fillies.
Quite right. Now, 2 things. First one for you, Sergeant.
Oui.
your first name is Dreary.
Oui.
And her first name is Cheerful.
Oui.
So, Dreary and Cheerful Kazoo.
Doctor!
Fine. But I must have a word with whoever came up with that naming scheme in this universe later. Anyhow, second thing, tell me everything that happened after you were taken from the Opera House.
I will tell you what happened. I have been imprisoned, assaulted, and drowned. All in the course of one night. Ever since my husband met the two of you, it's been one long nightmare.
Anything besides that?
What? Well, why? Another! You lout! You cat! You son of a mule!
You'd best let me explain.
I agree.
There's something going on down here, Doctor. We saw Treble. You remember the owner of the Opera House? A few minutes ago. He had these weird things in his ears, and he tried to take us somewhere. He wasn't acting normally.
Wasn't acting normal. How? How was he different?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
You spawn of a diamond dog. You dare accost my wife. I shall show you the way we deal with things in the Transguard.
No! Wait!
How about you?
Zutalor! Call him off! Call him off! What is going on?
Wait, everyone, hold on a minute.
On guard.
I said wait a second. Everyone just calm down.
Get him! Get him! Ah! Show him what for!
Everyone, wait. Why aren't they listening?
Let me try. Every pony, calm down!
What? Really?
Hey, it works.
Thank you, madame. I owe you a...
No, wait a minute. Let me wrap my head around this.
Later, Doctor. Thank you, Treble.
You are welcome. As I was saying, I owe you a great...
Do not think you're out of the woods yet.
Sergeant.
Fine, but I am keeping my eye on you.
Treble, was it?
Oui.
What's the last thing you remember?
I was in my opera house confronting that awful stallion in the mask. Then I was tumbling through the catacombs underwater. Tell me, what has happened?
I think I know.
That's it. That's the thing he was wearing earlier. The water must have caused it to short circuit.
My thoughts exactly. But that brings up another issue. From the technology I've seen in this period, this is a bit like finding a laptop in the middle of Victorian England.
Pardon?
This shouldn't be here.
Well, what is it?
An auditory control device. It alters brainwaves using sound and bends the wearer to the will of whoever's got the master playlist. I fear Treble isn't the only one we might find down here with new headgear.
You mean there are more of those horrid things?
If my fears are grounded, and I find they often are... Twilight, you remember all those missing posters we saw when we first arrived?
The missing soldiers.
And the ponies from the Opera House. Enough to build a small army. But for what? Those things, beings made of sound. I've never seen anything like them before. They must be equestrian in nature. Tell me, have you encountered anything like them, Twilight?
Not that I can remember. They seem familiar, though.
Stop speaking madness, you two! Let us just get out of these dreadful catacombs before we are discovered!
Actually, that's the most sensible thing you've said all day. You and Mr. Kazoo head back to the surface.
Just us? What about you?
We're getting to the bottom of this. Kind of my thing, really.
Then I shall stay with you. I plan to see this thing through to the end, Doctor.
You shall do no such thing! We are getting out of here this instant!
I am sorry, dearest, but I cannot abide by that request. This doctor has saved my life and helped me find you as well. We owe him a great debt.
This is nonsense! Come here right now!
Excuse me. May I interject?
With your manners, you're going to anyway.
If I read Customs and Lifestyles of Prance correctly, then isn't it terribly unladylike to leave a debt unpaid?
Well, that may be the case, but...
The dance is coming.
It's the missing ponies and those things from the opera.
On second thought, I believe staying together is the best course of action. Ah!
Run!
The dance is coming.
Quickly, this way!
Those were ponies from my opera! He's corrupted them! What in all the lands of Equestria is going on here?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Why don't you tell us, Treble?
What?
Well, the way I see it, the pony who's causing all this seemed really dead set on getting you, above everyone else. Now, why do you think that is?
I'm sure I have no idea what you are talking about, good sir.
That's Doctor, thanks very much. Back in the Opera House, right when all this started, the crazy pony on stage recognised you. You recognised him too. And don't say you didn't, because I saw the expression on your face when he talked to you. Think very hard about the next few words that come out of your mouth, because the next few words that come out of your mouth will decide whether or not I let the sergeant have a go at you or not.
It's not... it's complicated.
So am I. Let's hear it.
Fine. It's like this. Long ago, when the opera first started.
Why, hello, Treble. Why don't I tell this story? I see you escaped my cell. That's interesting. And you freed Treble. Also interesting. But do you know what's the most interesting thing of all?
I don't know what you are doing, Dorian, but...
Don't call me that! Ask me what's interesting! Go on.
What's interesting?
That you, of all the ponies under my control, would be the one to escape. Fate is grand, isn't it? And so very cruel. But not so cruel as you. Why don't I tell them of my fate? Of what you caused all those years ago?
That was an accident. You know it.
Silence! You did! You know you did! Now, where was I? What? Yes, my story. Our story. Why all this is necessary. Yes, that's it. The air. For Lydia.
Who?
Don't interrupt!
Sir, you do not talk to my wife that way.
Sergeant!
Mad pony!
Larry! Larry! Are you alright? Dear! Can you hear me?
Ah, my friends have arrived. Yes, thank you. He was rather disagreeable.
Larry! What have you done to him?
I have done nothing. It was them. Do not worry, he is alive. Just impaired at the moment. I don't want to kill any pony. But yes, I must do what is necessary.
Doctor, those things, I think they're talking to him.
Yes, I don't think he's in control of all this. Not completely.
What are you whispering about?
Nothing. Don't worry. You were about to tell us your story, remember? Who's Lydian?
Lydian? Oh dear Lydian. She will return to me, you know. My friends will return her to me. It will be like it used to be. My love.
Return her? Return her from where?
From what took her from me. From when he took her from me.
Dorian.
No, don't focus on that right now. Tell us. Tell us what happened.
Oh, yes. It was lovely. Lovely back then. The opera house was smaller. Nothing like it is now. It was quaint. I was a composer. The treble was still owner. That was where I met her. Lydian. It was a bit of a scandal, you see. She was from a house of unicorn nobles, and I was but a lowly earth pony composer. Still, when I saw her for the first time, among the audience during one of my pieces, her eyes taking in everything where others had glazed or strayed with boredom, she appreciated me. She was a fan, and so much more than that. She sought me out after the show, behind the stage, to tell me how wonderful she thought it was, and even before she opened her mouth, I knew I was in love. We met again, and again. After every show she would be there, and soon my songs were for her. Every note, every line a love letter. And after every show she would come to me, welcome me with a smile that I...
Go on. Something happened, didn't it?
Yes. Yes. Something did. Her parents heard of our meetings and forbade her to see me. What would the unicorn Nobel want with me? But oh, doctor, she was headstrong. And she could sing. Oh, by the celestial princesses themselves she could sing. They could deny her audience with me, but they could not deny her a position within the opera. So treble took little convincing to her. It was wonderful. Wonderful. For a short time. Before the celebration started. Before the world was covered in false joy. Two great powers trying to outdo one another with all of us caught in the middle. The opera was more popular than ever, and that pony you stand by now, stood by while they ran us ragged. Every night we performed, up to 7 times during the most heated battles, cutting corners for the sake of profit, the walls, the banisters, the roof. And I had to come up with new pieces by the dozen. All the joy I found in music was gone. There was just one party after another, in a haze of sour notes and sleepless nights. We decided, almost a year ago today, to quit. We both loved music, but what were we doing? There was no love, no joy to be taken from it. Pegasus feathers to our family. We would run away and be happy. We walked up to him that very night and said we would not be performing that evening. But no, Trevor, you wouldn't let it lie. Just one more night, you said. Just this one, you promised. We'll go out with a bang. And we listened.
What happened?
The doors opened, and we found out just how much of a bang he planned to go out with. He invited thousands of ponies, far more than the opera house could ever hope to hold. I voiced my concerns, but Rebel would not hear them. Lydian was a performer to the end. She knew it was our last night, and put on the best performance of her life. The audience was captivated by her voice, spellbound. And when it ended, they applauded. 1,000 sets of hooves striking the floor over and over again. The structure could not take the stress. The building shook. There was a terrible sound. A section of the roof fell onto the stage. My songbird was silenced.
Dorian, I have regretted that day for years. Please, forgive me. I looked for you, I know, after the accident, but you were nowhere to be found. I thought you had died.
Dorian Maud is dead. I am a phantom of his memory, and your apologies mean nothing. I have been in the catacombs ever since, searching, looking for some meaning to life without ya. And then, they found me. They are around thee. They have whispered things, such things of beauty. You see, there is still a chance for us yet. They have told me that she is not gone, simply changed. She is among their numbers like the famous opera, a fairy, unable to exist in our world. But with their help, I shall bridge the gap, and she will return to me. I won't be alone anymore. Right? Yes. Yes, they've promised.
But that's impossible.
Twilight. What are their plans?
I've already said too much.
The dance is coming.
take them to the holding cell. They shall soon join the dance.
Don't you come anywhere near him! Get away!
Be calm. Don't fight them. I'll get us out of this.
How do you plan to do that?
You'll see. Just go along with them.
You will remain here.
Treury!
You really love him, don't you?
Of course I do! Was it ever a question?
I'm sorry. It's just you're so tough on him all the time.
That is because I love him! I love him so much!
That is good to know.
Treury? Oh, Treury! You are right! I was so frightened!
I know, dear, but now is hardly the place.
Yes. Yes, of course. Now don't you ever do that again!
Oh. All right. I promise.
Alright. Now, enough chit-chat, and we need to get out of here. Save the ponies under the Aldown's control, and foil whatever plans these things have for Prance.
And how do we do that? We are locked in and nowhere near the waterway by the sound of it.
Well, my dear Chip.
Mrs. Kazoo, to you.
Yes. Well, my dear Mrs. Kazoo, we do it with this.
And what is that?
A sonic screwdriver. And before you ask, yes, it can get us out of here. You know, by this point I should really mention that it's odd the bad guys never check pockets. Well, in any case, let's see. What?
What is it, Doctor?
Remember back in Ponyville when I explained how the sonic screwdriver worked?
Yes, you said that due to this world's magic, everything was a little bit alive, and it was just a matter of asking.
Exactly. You see, in my world, my screwdriver doesn't work on wood, it just doesn't like it. But in your world, it does. But apparently that's only when it feels like being agreeable.
I'm not sure I follow.
See this lock?
Yes?
It's arguing with me.
What?
In its defence, it does make a pretty good argument. It couldn't rightly be called a good lock if it went opening for every mare and foal who asked it nicely.
But it's a lock. It can't pose a good argument.
Well, tell it that. Oi! That was uncalled for! I did not cross the boundaries of the universe, all of space and time, fall across the mental plane, and live for 1200 years to get sassed by a hunk of metal.
Move, let me try. Hello, Mr. Locke. My name is Twilight Sparkle, and my friends and I would very much like to get out of this cell.
It says, why should it?
You've probably noticed all of these sonic creatures living down here. I read in a book once that too much sonic energy in one place could lead to rust. Yes, rust. You wouldn't be a very good lock if you were all rusted over now, would you?
You got it worried.
Well, if you let us out of here, I promise we'll get rid of them, and you can continue looking shiny and new. Deal?
Huh. Well, what do you know? Diplomacy really is the key. What? If you lot are allowed to say every pony, I'm allowed to make puns.
Never mind. Let's get out of here quickly.
Quite right. This way.
Do you know where we are going?
Not a clue.
Then why on earth are we following you? Every decision you've made has led us into nothing but...
The missing ponies. With those audio things in their ears, they're not moving.
They're dormant, waiting for orders. There's enough here to take Prance with a surprise attack.
All the missing ponies. How long have the... Pie! Sergeant Pie! Sergeant Pie! Sergeant Pie!
It's no use. I can't hear you.
Well, how do we free him, Doctor?
What? How did you free me?
Water. The water that flooded into the catacombs short-circuited the biophones.
Exactly. So, we're under the waterways of Prance. We just have to bring the water down here. Any ideas?
Help! Help us! Over here!
What?
It's the ponies from the Opera House. They haven't been converted yet.
Get us out of here. Quickly. Before he comes back.
Okay, right. Hold still. Twilight, while I work this lock, you scout ahead. See if there's a way out of here. And take the sergeant with you.
Got it.
We... So... So, this doctor, he is a friend of yours?
Yeah, in a matter of speaking.
In a manner of speaking?
He saved my life. All of our lives. He's amazing, but I still don't know much about him. He's strange.
I have noticed. Where is he from?
Far away. Very far away.
Ah, so Rottingham?
A little bit farther than...
It's that music. The same I heard before the creature came for us.
Shh, there's someone else.
Lydian, oh sweet Lydian, soon you shall come back to me. No, please, let Yasin. Just a little bit longer. Please. Yes. Oh yes, of course. Work to be done. It starts now.
Alright, he's gone. This room, it's so big, it's like a stage.
It's one of the old opera houses. You see, as they say, France is built on top of France. As the city sinks, we build on top of the old. If I am right, we are directly below the new opera house.
It's amazing.
We start now. Yes. There shall be no more waiting.
They're coming. Quickly, back to the doctor.
There you go. Come. Ah, Twilight, did you find anything?
They're in the remains of the old opera house. They're about to start whatever it is they're planning. Those things, they're singing to him in Lydian's voice. That's how they've convinced him to help them.
I thought as much. This has to stop now.
Have you got a plan?
As a matter of fact, I do. Twilight, I'm going to need your help for this. Can you use magic?
No, it's been blocked since I was kidnapped.
Well, that simply won't do. Come here for a moment. Here, try it now.
It's working! Doctor, what did you do?
Let's just say I changed the frequency a bit. Don't try any major spells involving chickens for the next few days.
What?
In any case, we've got some musicians and a stage. I'm growing tired of opera. Why don't we change the tempo a bit?
Yes. It's almost ready. I'm almost done. Right. Good. What?
Excuse me, am I interrupting something?
You! Why must you continue to plague me?
Bad habit. Sorry about that.
No matter. You cannot stop me now. The police shall be activated. They shall come to the surface, taking all who stand in their path. The warring parties shall no longer exist. There shall only be the peace of a single, eternal dance, in which Lydian and I can be happy. Destroy them!
Wait a moment now. Before you do that, would you give me the honour of a final song?
What?
A song? You're a composer, right? One last song before I meet the big pony in the sky? What harm could it do?
This is...
I'm sorry, I didn't know you weren't as much a lover of the arts as you claim to be. I should have thought the song of a dying pony would be worth hearing.
Hey, fine! Sing your song, it hardly matters.
This is your plan?
We just need to get to centre stage. It's the key acoustic point. When I say now, use your magic in time with my screwdriver. We can't be off, not by a second.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing, everything the traffic will allow. And nowhere could you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow. Sing with me, Twilight!
There's no ponies like show ponies. They smile when they are low. Even with a turkey that you know will fold, you may be stranded out in the cold. Still you wouldn't change it for a sack of gold. Let's go on with the show.
The butcher, the baker, the grocer, the clerk are secretly unhappy men because
Butcher, the baker, the grocer, and the clerk get paid for what they do, but no applause.
they'd gladly bid their dreary jobs goodbye for anything theatrical. And why?
There's no business like show business like no business I know.
Hey, you get word before the show has started that your favourite uncle died at dawn.
Top of that, your ma and pa have parted. You're broken-hearted, but you go on.
There's no ponies like show ponies, they don't run out of dough.
Yesterday they told you you would not go far. That night you opened and there you are.
And next day on your dressing room they've hung a star. Let's go on with the show. Now!
What? What is this treachery? Arondi, protect me!
We've sent them away for a little while. I'm sorry. I am so sorry for what's about to happen.
What? What are you talking about? Get away from me!
It's not us you have to worry about.
You speak madness! You cannot hurt me! They would not allow it!
We never wanted to hurt you. We only wanted some pony to reason with you.
Ah, you see, you have failed. They are returning.
That's not them. Look behind you.
There is nothing you can do to stop me. Lydian.
I'm truly sorry.
Oh, what have you done? She's there, singing, just like the night she...
We needed you to see reason. There's only one pony in France who could do that. Say hello to Lydian Mode.
Hello, Dorian.
Lydian! Oh, Lydian! They have fulfilled their promise! You have come back to me!
No, I'm sorry. No magic can do that.
But you're here! I can see you! You're back! Tell me you're back! That it can be like it used to!
Dorian, oh my dear, sweet Dorian. Have you really gone so wrong in my absence?
What?
I still remember, you know, how you would look at me after a performance. The love in your eyes. I believe that love is still there, somewhere, buried under the madness.
I have never stopped loving you!
I know, my dear, I know. But you have stopped loving France, the city we lived in, the city whose walls fostered our love, the ponies that dance, sing, and play under the lights of the Eiffel Tower.
The ponies who took you away from me.
No, Dorian, what happened was an accident. You must make peace with that and learn to love again. I have faith in you. Oh, so much faith. You are the stallion I fell in love with yet.
But I've done all this for you. They have promised your return.
And they have lied. In all of Equestria, there is no magic that strong. You must see the truth and stop before it is too late. And please, will you do something for me?
Anything.
Remember, my love, no pain, no grief. There is more power there than any you could hope to gain. Goodbye, Dorian.
No, wait! Lydian! Lydian!
I'm sorry.
Bring her back! Bring her back right now!
There was only enough energy for one, Dorian. We're beneath the opera house. The place where she sang. The place where she laughed. Where she loved. That leaves a resonance, an imprint. We called upon that to make you see reason. These things do not mean to do good to anyone. You must see that now.
But... They promised. They promised.
They lied. I figured it out. Back home in my library there's a book. I finally remembered what they are. They're not Aranvi. They're will-o-wisps.
What?
Creatures made of sound. They feed on anguish and fear. They do it by luring ponies into forests and bogs with the voices of ponies they love. I think they found their way into the catacombs. And then they found you. They don't want to bring peace to Prance. They want to lure every pony into the dark to feed.
I've been tricked.
Yes. Yes, you have. They used your memories of her when you fell into the catacombs. So much anguish, so much fear. It fed them. This is not what Lydian would have wanted. You know that now. Will you help us?
Yes. For Lydian.
That's what I like to hear. Now, we have to free the ponies down below. Their plans are so far along they can probably start without you. And they'll be back in a number of minutes.
The dance is coming.
Did I say minutes? I meant seconds.
The dance is coming. The dance is coming.
We need to get those things off of them.
I know! Dorian, water short-circuits them. We need to flood the catacombs. Where's the closest connection to the waterway?
This way, under the Scheifer Tower. Follow me. This way, quickly.
The dance is coming.
And there's the will-o-wisps. Just in time.
Hurry!
Here, on the left.
A release valve, love a release valve. Twilight, help me with this.
They are coming.
Hurry!
I'm trying. I'm not used to pushing with wolves.
The dance is coming.
No, you shall not keep me under your power any longer. I have been in the dark too long. You have used Lydian's memory to turn me into a monster, a phantom of my former self. But no, I am alive. I am myself. I am Dorian Mold, and you shall not win this day!
Are we alive?
I think so. Unless dying happens to look a lot like being under the Scheiffel Tower, in which case we are very dead.
Oh my, what happened?
It worked. They're no longer under any kind of control.
Ah, yes, love it when a plan comes together. Ow! What?
This has been the single worst day of my life, Doctor. You should hope for your sake that we never cross paths again, or else you'll be wearing your horseshoes around your ribs.
Alright then, so that happened.
My apologies, Doctor. That is how she, says she is grateful. And we truly are. All of Prance would be under the control of those creatures, were it not for you. We owe you a great debt.
Oh, I'm getting thanked. That's nice. Thank you, Sergeant. You were a great help.
Doctor,
Yes?
where's Dorian? Dorian! Is he alright?
I don't know.
What's that?
It's a glowing light. One of the creatures. Doctor, they have returned.
No, they can't exist out in the open. This is something different. Everyone, take a step back.
My dear Dorian, France is not done with you. Not yet. Awake, go, and remember, I love you.
Lydian.
He lives.
Indeed, he does.
Do not sneak up on me like that!
My apologies, but I have something I must do. Dorian, can you hear me?
I can.
I had dreaded what happened for years. I know that no amount of apology could make this right, but please, oh please, I implore you, forgive me.
I will. But not for you. For her. For Lydian. It is what she would have wanted.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
Well, I'd say that if there ever was a time to celebrate, then this is it. My good Dorian, would you mind doing the honor of conducting a song for us?
What? You would want me after all I've done?
We in Prance are nothing if not forgiving. Come, we've got the entire orchestra at our disposal. Go.
I don't know what to say.
Say yes. It's time to heal.
Indeed it is. Let us go. You, strike up a tune. Let there be horns, violins, drums. Go forth.
What happened to me?
Berry! Oh, Berry Pie, you old son of a mule! I never thought I would be happy to see that face of yours.
Yes, but can you tell me what has gone on? I am confused.
Why, of course. We were playing tag. You're it!
What? No. That's cheating. Come back here.
Stallions. Why do I put up with them?
Looks like everything worked out. Wait a minute. Did he say Barry? As in Sergeant Barry Pie?
Yes. Why?
As in Pinky's great-grandfather, Barry Pie?
Could be some other Barry Pie.
Do you think it is?
No, I don't. I say again, welcome to time travel, Miss Sparkle. Now, may I have this dance?
What?
A dance. We're in France, there's music, so why not?
We were almost killed a few minutes ago.
Yes.
We just got shot out of the catacombs in a burst of water.
And?
Never mind. Don't step on my hooves, Mr. Two Hearts.
As you say, Miss Sparkle. Onwards and upwards! Well, that was interesting.
That's one word for it. Do you ever just go somewhere and do nothing?
What'd be the fun in that? Besides, it worked out in the end. And taught the ponies of Prance to Charleston several years too early. With 4 hooves, no less. Though come to think of it, is there a Charleston in this world? That's really an interesting question. You know,
How about we save the wondering for after the end credits?
As you wish. In Chords of Chaos, the Doctor was played by the Jamjar. Twilight Sparkle was played by Lauren Goodnight. Sergeant Kazoo was played by Miguel Morgan. Sergeant Pie was played by Sith King Zero. Mrs. Kazoo was played by Wolfie. Dorian Mode was played by Sonic Sons. And Lydian Mode was played by Bold Dumbo Rat. Treble was played by Keiko Angili. All operatic works were composed by Henry P. Purcell and belonged to their respective owners. All additional voices were supplied by the fans of Pony in a Box Productions. Doctor Who was copyright of the BBC and My Little Pony is copyright of Hasbro. Onwards and upwards!